we're back in the garden. So we had like a major rain, and it's amazing because I planted a bunch of stuff last night. Wind, storm, rain, thunder, everything, and none of it died. I also feel like I need a hat. We're gonna have to go inside and get a hat. But I think we can get all the rest of these weeds pulled today. Check it out. There's really not a lot left. Those weeds, it looks like a lot, but that's just easy to pull out. And because it rained and dumped last night, everything's going to be easy to yank out by the roots. But all of this is like done. That's done. I started digging a trench for the potatoes. I started pulling all of that stuff away. I cleared a path down this way. I planted, let's try and mount the stuff out of the stuff we just planted. I planted some rows of things. So there's going to be a Swiss chard here, and then that's the tatsoi, and that's the mizuna. And we're going to put some more lettuce stuff in here. We threw down some little cucumber bits. That's one. It's a lot of weeds, but it's a lot less than it was, and wait till you see it. I'm going to make quick work of that stuff. Trust me. Alright, so now, look at everything's all branched. Is the mic bad? Alright. Okay, so I tested this mic out with like the video app on my phone, and it sounded good. So I don't know why it's not working for Twitch. Maybe it's something I need to change in that setting. Hey, like, whoa. Yeah, fine now because I unplugged the mic, but I tried it, like I made a video using my video app on my phone, and it worked fine. So I don't know why it's not working for Twitch. Because it's definitely not working. I heard the beginning of the last stream, it tried to do it, and it was like... something like that. Alright, we're gonna go get a hat. I managed not to burn my face the other day when in Key West, but I burned the shit out of my tits and stomach and legs. Oh my god. So bad. And I didn't flip over, so the back side of me is still like really white, but the front is not. The front's going to be really white because all of the skin will just fall off. It's lovely. I know. I don't know why it doesn't work. Honestly, like, Hurricane Mac isn't, yeah, alright. So, I walked up here for a hat. Also, do we need any of this stuff here? Well, alright, we're walking inside the house for a minute here. It's probably pretty messy, don't touch. I need a hat. Here's a hat. The beauty of leaving your things everywhere is that you have things everywhere. Alright. Cool. Cut right my neck is. I am officially a redneck. Alright. I'm really bummed that this mic doesn't work, and I need to get to the bottom of why its performance is so less than stellar. Okay. Alright, I found one glove in the car. Oh my god, it smells. Oh no. I know, something's always not working for me. It's the story of my life. Something's not... Hey, wait. Here's the other mic. This mic came in a 2-pack. Although I don't think the mic itself is defective because it does work in my other apps. You know? God, I'm in so much sun damage for this like single frying session. I probably put like 10 years in. on my skin. Oh well. Okay. Look at, we have so many Ophelia sunglasses in this car. You gotta see this. This is how many sunglasses that the kid travels with. There is like no space in the sunglasses drawer. Oh no, there's another pair. Don't forget these ones. We all wear these. We're gonna garden, Billy. I'm gonna subject you guys to another mic test. No, I'm not, because I somehow put the other piece not here. Oh, God, it's a mess. A mess! Hey, I'm doing all the gardening on. All of it. Hi, horses! Hi! I think they're gonna come help. Alright. I need my trusty knife, gardening knife. So I know I put it somewhere yesterday to get it out of the rain. I just don't remember where that somewhere is. Did I plop it on the seat? I did. Cool. Have knife. This stuff. My Corazol fungus stuff that supposedly if you sprinkle it around the roots, it does good stuff. I don't know. We have our potato seed potatoes. We're going to put those in the ground. And some more salad. And all of the tomatoes and peppers. And we're going to yank all the rest of these weeds out. That's what we're doing. Say hi to Mom, Beely. How is she? Hi, Hash Brown. Okay. First things first, we're going to find somewhere to put this. Somewhere. Okay, we have one plant there. So the way I did the big plants, the plants that Lauren also likes, is I'm staggering them like I did my tomatoes last year. You know, I'm staggering all two. And that way, maximum light. We have a lot of work to do here. Okay, I'm going to find my trusty thingamajiggy. I also want to plant some corn and green beans. Let's move this block. Don't we have another one? We do. I'm so afraid that I'm just going to like stomp all over a little baby plant. I know what we're going to do. Okay. Has plan. Will engage. Ooh! Okay, it's my holster for the knife that I never have on me because how often do I wear a belt to the garden? Never. Alright. I got this. Thank you, Thunderfist. We hope to see you again. And that whatever you're doing, it's a lot of fun. Or it's like really relaxing. Or both. A little bit of both. Really cool. Okay. I'm just walking around in circles. Anyways, so. Okay. Kick that over. Okay, I also have a lot of little baby plants here to plant that my cat tried to murder. Because why would she not? She's a cat. Cats try to kill everything. Alright, pulling that out. And that. And this stuff is going to be this is the best time to pull weeds because the rain did all the heavy lifting for me. Alright, we're going to try keeping that just like there. Thank you. Well, I wish it were mine, but sadly we are only borrowing it. My friend owns it. It's a big farm, but we get to live here. So we're very lucky in that regard. Okay. there. I know it doesn't look like anything now, but once I remove all of this, you'll have a great view. And I'll be removing that momentarily. All right, here we go. Naturally, I stacked like all of the tomato cages here, and then like weeds grew around them. So heavy. Hold on. Whoops, wrong direction. There, that's better. Okay. Bugs. Tomato cages. These are the worst. These like thistle thingies. God, they suck so much. But I think I can just yank everything out and it'll come out. Because thank you, rain. Done. Look at this. So much. Okay, now we have to something's pissed off. It's a bee. Look. You can almost see all the way to the back. That's how much progress we made. That's a lot of progress. Knew that underneath here, another concrete block was lurking. I am the weed assassin. I need my other glove though, because one hand pulling. the like most annoying part is once you clear up all these weeds, you then have to dispose of the carnage. And I'm about as good at that as I am at like ow! As I am at hiding bodies in video games, which is not good at all. SVT. Well, I am going to do some gardening, but weeding is part of gardening. Mac the lobster. Oh, I know. I am getting closer. I don't want to be a lobster. I spend like no time in the sun whatsoever. That's why when I went there, I turned into a lobster in like 30 minutes. Because I was so white. Yeah, I don't plan on doing that again, like ever. Okay. Weeding is gardening, by the way, but we have, look, I'll show you. We have this whole flat here. Check it out. Hold on. I don't know, I will wear sunscreen. Won't mow until, I might, but like, supposedly tilling is bad. See? Peppers, tomatillos, and some tomatoes that are mega ready to be redone. Yeah, I could mow and till, but like, it's a bit tall to mow. And I'm going to try the no-till method because when you till, which is what I've done in the past, you just stir up other seeds that might otherwise still be buried. So that's not ideal. Dandelion. All right, when I find one, Ryan. Lauren. It's in the ground. Partially. Let's see. They're little babies. Ooh, it'll get big. But not yet. Very cute. You just wait and see. Last time, it was like so big. So big. Of course, I didn't put quite as much effort into my soil amendment this year because I didn't really put quite as much effort into anything. Just, I put a lot more effort into more different things. Less effort into gardening. So, gardening is nice. Alright. I also planted a bunch of, what are they called? Those really good marigolds. They're like the companion plant superstar. Where's my knife? Here it is. Wait, look. I know, I could not, like, the tilling is what I've done every other year, but I'm going to try the no-till approach. And then after I chop all this stuff down, I'm going to throw a bunch of straw over the top and see how that goes. I think it'll be fine. I have faith in the system. Like, I'm pretty much done. Mostly. On what planet, I know. Okay. Look. Oh my god, that's a big. See, these are the concrete chunks that I have dug out of this. Oh, now, the other thing about mowing, too, is I have this, like, fabric down. And I'm not sure
how the mower would react to that. But honestly, these big weeds, like, it's almost easier to just pull them out because they do make it so that, look at that. Awesome. Okay. See? Look at all that stuff that we got done. Now we're on to that side. And you will see these weeds don't stand a chance. I'm tired. Okay. I feel so triumphant. Okay. The reason why we're doing this area is because this is where I'm going to plant the tomatoes, I think. And I'm so close to reaching the area that has fabric. I should have put fabric here. Ow! Or I wouldn't have. That was a nettle. And these suck. If I had just put more fabric down, we'd be gardening and not weeding. Even though weeding is gardening. Very much a part of gardening. In fact, most of gardening sometimes. But I'm so close to getting ow, fuck, that hurt. God, I hate those things. Ugh. God, these fucking plants suck so much. Used properly, most plants in plant form I think I missed the first part of that. Check it. I would like to mow part of this. Maybe we'll do a bit of mowing too. But I don't think I can mow weeds that are like taller than the mower. I mean, I probably could. But what if I get it stuck? And then I'm really screwed, you know? Alright. These fucking thistles, dude, they are the bane of my existence. Are they an invasive plant? They have to be. Because, like, I don't know. What am I talking about? Oh, they suck so much. I'm wearing gloves and I got nabbed like twice already. Like there's a whole thicket of them right here. Check it out. That right in there is all spiky things waiting to end me. Ugh, gosh. This gimbal might tip over. It's bouncing. Oh, yep. On a very precarious. Oh, there, that's better. I think. Okay. Nope, that's not better. But here's another fucking thistle. I hate these things so much. There's gonna be a pop quiz after this. What weed does Mackenzie hate the most? Give you a hint. It's not a dandelion. Apparently horses like to eat this stuff too. Don't ask me why. Like, they can't, it doesn't stab the crap out of them. For some reason, I can't even imagine putting it on my mouth. God, anywhere near my mouth. I mean, I guess, like, if you had, like, really calloused feet, you could handle it, but that's about the only thing. Okay. We are doing pretty well here. I am about to risk my life. All these fucking spider roots. God, I hate them so much. Dead. Deader than a doornail. As a doornail. I'm very grateful for the rain making my life easier. Alright, so now that we've cut things down to a more reasonable level, we could consider mowing some parts of this. I guess in California you don't really have to weed like this, do you? It's one of the perks of, like, you know, nothing grows. Well, I guess things do grow in California, not strawberries, oranges, lemons. That's one thing I miss most, is like just unlimited supply of delicious lemons everywhere. So good. Definitely a top fruit. I'm not allowed to die. Well, thank you. SBT, that's the 6th one, so I can die in 6 months. Well, that's really sweet. Thank you for keeping me alive for the next 6 months. Grapefruit, I like grapefruit a lot too, actually. Grapefruit juice. Have you ever had a Greyhound? It's basically just grapefruit juice and vodka, but it's good. Recommend. Okay. I hear people. Okay, look at that. And they said it couldn't be done. Did it? I think I'd be better at being a real life assassin than maybe I am one in video games. Although I'd have a real issue with like the being quiet part. How does your sister in New Jersey grow lemons quicker than you do in Florida? I'm so confused by this. I have 3 lemon trees. One of them is my boss. Yeah. There are 2 Meyer lemon trees and 1 pink lemon tree, which is actually also known as a Eureka lemon. So I'm still like, I get some lemons off of them, but like I was visiting family when we were in California last, and in the Santa Rosa Valley, dude, there are just like giant lemon bushes, trees lining the roads, like pretty much everywhere you go. They're just falling all over the ground, free for the taking. Honestly, I would have filled up an entire suitcase with lemons. I need to have my dandelion snack though. Set up a what? A mannequin. Yeah. In the thicket. This thicket isn't a thicket anymore. Oh wait, I see another little dastardly thistle plant. Motherfucking. Ah! This. Do you have these? Do you see this? Do you see all of those little spikies? They suck so much. They hurt a lot more than they should. That's all I have to say. And they're like everywhere. You go to grab like a seemingly innocuous looking patch of grass and it's just like, yeah, gotcha. Okay. I haven't come across any dandelions yet, but I do know where to find them. Okay. Dude, we made like, look at this. See all that? It's done. It's done. We just have like a couple more patches. I think I'm gonna do corn and beans over there where the marijuana was last year, because apparently rotating is good and beans are nitrogen fixers. I don't know. Thicket attack. Alright. I'm exhausted. See, I was tired of sitting down. I'm no longer tired of sitting down, and it was that fast. Yeah, corn on the cob. You know? I need to figure out a nice spot to put this in that it doesn't fall down. Whoop. It also doesn't point straight down. Okay. Here we are. This and that are kind of like our last real big clumps of weeds. Oh, I see some dandelion greens right there, Ryan. I don't see any flowers, but the greens. Here's a big one. I'm just going to take the whole thing out. You know, dandelions are kind of like the termites of the plant world, maybe. Hear me out. I mean, like, they're the first plants to arrive, and they're like the last plants to die when it goes cold. Honestly, they taste good in salad. They're good. I did it. Dandelion salad. Thanks for keeping me well fed. Okay, what's next? This thicket. Thistles in here too. motherfucking plants that I hate so much. Look, we've made excellent progress. So much progress. You see this? We're just like slaying left and right. And then you know what I could do? So I could take all the dead plants and like lay them down so that no new plants can grow because they'll be like smothered. What do we think about that? As a new bee allergic person, I'm kind of afraid of like all buzzing noises now. So gardening's gonna be interesting. Interesting hobby, maybe one that I might need to reconsider at some point. We'll see. So far I've only had the hives reaction, which was awful. Do not recommend that. But you know, the throat closing up reaction would probably suck a bit more. So how did you guys, did any of you guys play Repo with David? Because it looked like a lot of fun. How did you like choose who was playing? Is it just whoever wanted to download it or something? Dude, I am showing these weeds who's boss. You haven't played with him? Let's see. You're allergic to something? Uh-oh. Ha 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 ha! Bygra! Oh, she already left Bygra. Meth corn. Oh my god, you guys. Ridiculous. Garden keeper. Well, I'm honored. Can I also do the game warden? Garden keeper. Alright. Look at that. I'm pretty sure that's all dead stuff. Mostly. Nope. Some of it's still attached. Now do you understand why I have daydreams about pulling weeds? But they're like smaller weeds. Those are like weeds in a garden that someone paid attention to. These are like jungle weeds. Alright, it's freaking pretty good here. Not gonna lie. Tons of space to plant. So I think I need to just clear them all off and dump them in a pile so I can figure out like where I actually slayed. There's a nice patch of them over here. Okay, so let's start dumping. And how many spider bites am I gonna get in this process? 14 million? 13 million? 75 bajillion? Nothing like a beautiful empty garden. Ooh, pulling some mint out. Any, what do you call it? Mint tulips, anyone? That sounds pretty good. It's a Sunday. Although I sort of misbehaved the last time that I was overserved in Key West. Shocking. Just so I don't serve myself very often. It doesn't take a lot for someone who's like 4'11" to become overserved. If you can imagine that. Used to be better, but I got more practice then. I don't get a lot of practice now, so. Ow. All right, bye-bye dandelion greens. There'll be more, don't worry, Ryan. Ooh! I found a pen. What a treat. Okay. Dude, I so want to just put these tomatoes in this area because it's like it already has stuff laid down. I have these nice little holes in the fabric. Although I did set them up for like smaller plants. They were set up for peppers, which I believe you can plant closer together than tomatoes. Okay. But we're looking pretty good here. 1 plant, 2 plant, 3 plant. All right, let's go hack those apart. Justice for chat. What? It's so hard when I only see like the tiniest sliver, and then just like it's kind of like listening to one half of a conversation and guessing what it's about, which usually I figured out my parents were getting divorced that way actually when I was like 8. So if anybody's like trying to hide that from your kids ever, the words, when should we tell them, it's gonna tip them off. Okay. Look at that big pile of weeds. It's so dead. There's mud on my nose. All right. You were 10? How did you figure it out, or did they tell you? I already have a gardening mood. I'm sorry. Big hugs. Although honestly, when a lot of people get divorced, they're better off that way. It's the ones who stay together when they shouldn't that you have to worry about, I think, sometimes. I don't know. Case by case basis. Right? They told you. Yeah, mine were planning on telling me. When should we tell them? But, so that, they did eventually tell me, but I already knew. Obviously. I'm worried that these plants, these little baby Lawrence plants, they're so small that I might mistake them for something else and accidentally destroy them. It's bad enough that like the dogs walk all over everything, but sometimes it doesn't even survive the person who planted it, which is ridiculous, but a real problem. You know what? They need to invent knee braces with suspenders that just keep it up. See, the weeds in this part should not be that bad because they're actually plants growing on top of fabric. PVC pipes. Should we go check on the horses at some point soon? I mean, I can't see them from here. They're not dead yet. Still alive. That's always a plus. Until it isn't. Yeah. Okay. Look at this. This is some seriously, like, efficient weed removal. Honestly, I'm proud of myself for this. It's pretty much ready for planting now. Other than that side, which I don't think I should do anything with until I'm ready to put stuff in there, because if I pull those weeds out, you know, new ones will just grow and then I'll have to pull those too. So how about we just don't and say we did? Yeah? Okay. So we're just gonna get one more small section of weeds pulled and then we get to plant our maters. Because they are beyond ready to be in the ground. And camera repositioning number 14. So close to being done. Oh, God. I wonder if there's a way that I can change the chat view. So while I'm trying to figure out how to make the microphone work, I'm gonna see if I can change the chat view so that I can see the chat on like the whole screen instead of like two little itty bitty lines of it really small. Because that makes no sense whatsoever to me. Okay. Like, find all sorts of stuff in the garden when you revisit it. Like in July, like, you know, the time of year when you're just ready to say goodbye to the garden, you don't even care. You're just like, let me out! I know I said I was going to do fall stuff, but forget it. I can't handle it anymore. And you pretty much like drop everything you're holding and run. So when you come back to it, you're like, oh, so that's where my shovel was. Or at least, or maybe it's just me who doesn't fully put things away. Okay. Look at this. I'm going to do some raking. Not to be confused with different set of. It's a tomato cage toss. This is a new gardener's sport. Boy, so much stuff. More weeds on top of fabric. Ah! Okay. Damn, bruh. We are doing so well on this gardening expedition. I'm exhausted. Okay. Now we have to pull all this stuff up and like try not to get bit by spiders. That was an excellent throw. It basically sunk all the way up to the handle. That was not an excellent throw. It didn't sink at all. Okay. Check it out. Oh my god, it smells so minty here. Huh. I know I should leave the mints because they actually are really good at deterring pests. However, they'll grow back. It's mint. You plant it once, it's there for 1,000 years. It's like impossible to kill mint. So, that being said, I don't care. Look at all of that. All of those corpses of plant. I think we only have like a small amount left, and it's been like completely annihilated in the areas that I wanted to. And now I get to like find a shovel to go dig out all of the root balls. But it is kind of hard to check. 3,000. I know. Is that another like ice cream that I'm unlocking? Okay, this is a shovel weed. Definitely a shovel weed. Okay. But I'm so determined to get it out with like just my knife. Alright. Okay. No weed left behind. Look at all this cool stuff I find. Like, look, some ties. Those will come in handy. Alright, so look at this pile of stuff. See that? Well, you can't really see. Sorry, the camera's going like wackerized. But look. Check it out. Like, all of that. I murdered myself. And I'm gonna need that ice cream for sure. Send it on over. Alright, let's get our shovel. And then we're done. And then we get to actually do some planting. And then I want to put those what are they called? Potatoes? Potatoes in the ground. I've never actually grown potatoes, but I hear it's really easy. I don't know. Well, it's easy if you like. See See, I knew I was going to be the one to destroy one of those plants. Okay, so there's one, there's two, and there's three. I need to put something over them so that I don't step on them. It'll be nice when they're like big and bushy, but thank you for the ice cream. I'll have to go. I mean, I'm just burning off the last ice cream cone. Alright. This is the one I'm actually worried about getting stepped on. That guy right there. Okay. It's shovel time. We have some serious root balls here to... Oh, wrong direction. Okay. I really like the horses are running around. Oh my god, it goes so far in. So satisfying. Thank you, Rain. Yeah, I could have taken that somewhere, but I didn't. Okay. Check it. Bye, 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 bye. When it doesn't, you know you've hit a rock. We'll get to some real gardening soon, but this has to be done first. I mean, you saw it. Now, the light will actually be able to reach the things I plant. Imagine that. And the food that I feed them will be theirs for the taking instead of... Look at this. I mean, can we just take a moment and like... That's a serious root. And it's no more. We have another one. We've got a lot of shovel roots here. Woohoo! Bam! Check it. Another one. So exciting. See, they're all growing out of like the little holes that I cut in the fabric that I want to put the actual plants in. Can you hear the satisfying sound of those roots like crunching apart? Kind of a good thing I don't have the like lavalier, whatever that's called, mic on, because you just hear me panting, like heavy breathing. It's basically all it would be. So. Alright, we're gonna need to do one of these guys. Maybe yes. Nothing like leverage. Look at that. That might get an award for the longest. I mean, honestly, these are like carrots. Have you ever grown carrots before? It's because I don't love my horses enough. No joke though, carrots are actually really hard to grow, I think. I think you have to do a lot of tilling. Okay. This is our last big root. Yes. Dude, look at that. I'm feeling very satisfied right now. Gotta be honest with you. There's another one. Get that bad boy out of there. Not quite as big as his friends, but he never got the chance. Oh, wait. Cool. I told myself, I was like, it's alright, if you don't plant the whole garden this year, that's fine. You know, you won't have to weed the whole garden. Here I am. Of course. Alright. There's still like really deep roots in here. But I think we're just going to go ahead and start planting. Because I have to get this stuff in the ground or I never will. Right? Let's just do it. Just going to start right now. One there, one there. They're way too close together, the holes are. At least for tomatoes. I could try to plant peppers here again. I don't know. Okay. There's another really big root right there. What's good for your eyeballs? Oh, carrots. Yeah, lutein, right? Okay. Nice. Alright. I'm exhausted. But look at that. We have like mega area here that is weed free. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's go plant some suckers. We're not going to bother with any soil stuff because I don't have the energy. But we have a tray of tomato stuff and we're going to put it in the ground. So I have only 2 varieties of tomatoes this year instead of 19,000 like I tried to do last year, and I don't even really like eating raw tomatoes all that much. So we're not doing that. We're gonna do 2 varieties. My favorite. We're gonna do some little snacking tomatoes, and then we're gonna do these ones called black Krim tomatoes, which are kind of exactly as they sound. They're very dark, but they're savory. Like they kind of taste like steak, which I like. So we're gonna plant those. Although I did let them get kind of bigger than I wanted. But that's a bummer, but it is what it is. I need a bigger shovel. Hold on. Have shovel. Ugh. Will plant. Hardly bigger, actually. Oh, Jesus. I'm bending the shovel. I feel really strong if I'm like bending a steel shovel. I think we should use this. Our vicious garden knife. Ugh. Did you see that just fly out of there? I did. It was very satisfying. Okay, we've dug a really big hole. We have one of those black Krims, because those are the ones that I really like. The other ones were just ones that I hadn't tried before. Unfortunately, though, I used soil blocks so that the roots wouldn't become damaged when I was replanting. They all kind of grew together, so that was not the case. We're gonna just go this one here, pull that one apart. I'm gonna try to be as gentle as possible, but I want to get one of the bigger ones, since this is alright. There. Okay, we're gonna put this guy in. We need some fertilizer stuff. So if I don't know if you've not planted tomatoes before. Tomatoes are one of those plants that like you typically bury 2/3 of the plant in the ground, and it forms roots. Also, it helps support it. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of this fungus stuff, my Corazol powder or whatever. This mixture in here is basically bat guano, sea kelp, some crab and lobster shell. It's organic fertilizer. And then I'm going to cover her up with some dirt. I have other soil, but we're just going to go like this. The soil here is actually really good, so it'll grow without me needing to do a lot to it to help it along. Other than watering it, it does need that. Grab some mud from here. There we are, our first tomato plant of the season. Hallelujah. So also, I don't know if you aren't a gardener, you may not have heard of this. You have plant hardiness zones, and basically it's like how many days of frost does your area get per year. It's kind of based on that. When I first moved here, we were in zone 6B, now, because of a warmer climate, we are in zone 7A, which means I can get my plants in the ground a little bit sooner and keep them a little bit longer. Not that I ever do that, because by the time July rolls around, I'm like so done with gardening. So done. Alright, so we're going to put another one of these black crims in. I'm going to try to like extract this one without, I really just ripped basically most of its roots out. It's going to take it a little while to recover from the stress of that. Okay. Let's do, we have it, they're all so close together because I cut these holes last year for other plants. What's the spacing on a tomato plant? I mean, I guess I could put them really close together. It's not really going to matter, is it? No, it will matter. Alright. Thinking out loud. We're going to do right here. Nope. There's the gimbal tips over. Okay. Next. Okay. We're going to do basically every other cut hole because we have the space, so why not use it? And this garden is pretty massive. Way bigger than it needs to be. Way bigger than like somebody who is me, who's pretty much the only vegetable eater in the house, needs and can manage. This is a garden size that could feed like a family of 5, not 1. Alright. Basically, I'm going to be giving a lot of tomatoes away. What, Lauren? Oh my god, you started turning orange. That can happen. That's funny. Doesn't it? Can't it like turn the whites of your eyes yellow too? Ophelia eats lots of carrots too. Barn snack. She gets really offended if the horses want to eat her carrots. And I'm like, dude, you don't know better. Oh, I think I accidentally just murdered a worm. I'm sorry, worm. Okay. So this, I would like to plant this one a bit deeper. However, maybe a rock in here or something. This is why a manicure on me lasts 5 minutes. Because I'm doing stuff like this. And where are my gloves? I don't know. Sure aren't on my hands, are they? Okay. Now that's a pretty deep nest for our tomato plant. I'm going to put her right in there. Nope, we have to put our stuff in. I don't know if this does anything, but maybe it does. These roots sure need all the help they can get after what I just did to them. Okay. So the theory behind soil blocking, yes, is that the roots will air prune rather than becoming root bound in a pot until, they're ready to be replanted. But they can only air prune if they are exposed to air. So if you have them all smashed in there, like I did, all the roots just grow into each other and you end up having to rip them apart anyways to get them separated. You'd think I would learn. No. Not the case. Oh boy, here's a big... So we need way more dirt. And here, soil. Not dirt, it's soil. We need more soil around the base of the plants. Ooh, I just legit thrashed that bag there, but okay. So look at that. I think it's deep enough. Can you see it here? It's pretty cool. Galaxy. Because I'm an Android person. Strangely, I am an Android phone person and a Mac computer person. Because, you know, why would I be normal? Okay. So we have 1, 2. We have a lot of these. 3, 4. But these are really good tomatoes. And we're going to plant all of them. So, moving right along here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stagger them, actually. So I'll do... That way they take up... Well, 1, 2. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Is that enough spacing? Yeah, why not? Okay. I'm just plotting my my master plan here. We gotta put that somewhere that it doesn't fall over. Oh my god. Alright, there. So I was gonna just like put them all the way down like this. But oh, maybe I'll just continue doing it that way. So how much space do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, that'll work. Okay. So we're going to take up more space with less plants. And this area here will be the other tomatoes. Right? Because I do have a hole here. Yes, I do. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to take this out and we're going to plant the cherry snacking tomatoes in this area here. See, I told you all that weeding would result in gardening. Like, or, you know, what you could consider gardening. I've never... Hopefully this fabric makes my life easier. I want to try to, like, simplify the process of actually going out and tending to the plants later on. And I don't want to spray like weed killer, because I'm gonna just, you know, if I'm going through all the work to like grow my own food, it'd be nice if it were organic, because why not, you know? And I have pretty much an unlimited supply of straw, which I can use as a mulch, so I'm just gonna do that instead. Okay, so this is where we're gonna grow the cherry tomatoes. And that seems like a pretty deep hole. Okay? Okay. Also, we have 2 of those black creme ones waiting to go in. And it rained a lot. I have never had like super good luck with tomatillos. I have high hopes for them every year, but if anybody has tomatillo tips, send them my way. I need all the help I can get. Maybe tip number 1, water them. I don't know, maybe I'm just not fertilizing enough. I do kind of have a tendency to be like, okay, our plant is done. Just add water. And then I forget that, like, you know, continual nutrition is like a thing. Horse poop? Yeah, horse poop could be used as fertilizer. But you know what's actually better, and what it just occurred to me to use, is chicken poop. So, Another farm project is going to be scooping up the top like 4 inches of surface off of the chicken run and spreading that in the garden, because it's pretty much all poop at this point, because I've never really like removed that dirt in their run, so they're just like crapping on top of crap. But hey, you know what? I want to clean that up for them, and then it occurred to me that, like, wait a minute, that's amazing fertilizer. Why don't we mix that in? So, that's another project. Maybe I'll use that to try to grow potatoes. Poopy potatoes. Anybody? Where's Beely when you need her? With her mom. Okay, so we have 2 black crimps planted. So at least if I do nothing else in the garden, we should have tomatoes this year. That's a good feeling. I have all of these peppers, which look like they got absolutely obliterated, which sucks, in that really bad rainstorm we had last night. 1, 2, 3. A lot of the shishitos survived, and shishitos are some of my favorite peppers, because like hot peppers are great and all, but like, how many hot peppers are you really gonna eat? Seriously. Shishito peppers, on the other hand, you can eat a whole plate of them, and they're so delicious. So shishito peppers are what I'm gonna be planting, although I think I did this. No, that'll be fine. Okay, so boom boom. We're really giving these tomato plants a lot of space to grow, because we have it. So next, we're going to plant more of these black crimps and try to get all the tomatoes planted. And then maybe work on some of the peppers. The peppers will be easier because we don't have to bury them in the ground. In fact, I wish you could bury peppers in the ground. You're sensing a trend here? Poop potatoes and pea stuff? Yeah. Obviously, potty humor is like, I'm not too old for it. So, clearly not. Clearly still 9. Yeah, Bev really likes it when we shoot stuff. How I try to insert poop jokes at every available opportunity. David loves it too. So my friend Marshall, who owns this farm, he also really likes poop jokes. He likes to refer to us as fecalophiliacs, which makes it sound like it's a sexual thing, which it isn't. We just both really like poop jokes. And he's like in his 70s, so there's no hope for me. I will be making poop jokes in the nursing home. And there's going to be a lot of material in the nursing home for poop jokes. A potato famine. Honestly, yeah. I'm concerned that my potatoes aren't going to be any better than those potatoes. So you're Irish. There are a lot of Irish people in the town that I live in because they're very good horsemen. A lot of good jockeys coming out of Ireland, and we like jockeys here. So a lot of them are coming here to ride in the American jump races. So yeah, it's good. There's a lot more competition too in Ireland for jump jocks. So it's probably a bit easier to make a name for yourself here than it is there. Same within the UK. I do miss it a little bit. I like going really fast. A lot. So, we'll see. There's a little race here it's a team race, so it's like It's like the first one of the season, and it's called Foxhall Team Chase. And it's a fun one because it's like not super serious, and plus you get to do it in a team, which is like most horse sports are pretty much exclusively solo sports. Like, yes, you go to the Olympics and you are on your Olympic team, but you're not like working together. You're not going at the same time and depending on, you know, your other team. You're depending on them getting a good score, but it's still like, you know, you qualified independently. You didn't qualify as a team or anything, so it's not the same. But anyways, I think it's a fun race because you go in like a group of 3, and a lot of people don't really go to win it. They just use it as like a casual school for their horses. I would probably do it this year. Last year, every other year I've had like issues. Like one year, you know, my knees were messed up, and then the year before that was 2020, and I was already at a great horse to ride, but they canceled it because of COVID like the day before. And then the year after, then I messed my knees up like 2 weeks before. Then I was pregnant with Ophelia, and my water broke actually the day of the race, which was, part of it was in my front yard. And then I didn't have a horse to ride, and I wasn't riding because I had a newborn. Then I got Rex, and he's just too young. But this year, next year, he'll be 5, and I think we'll do it because he'll be able to jump everything out there, and he'll actually be 6. He will have just turned 6. So, soak banana peels, yeah, for potassium. Bye, Ryan. Enjoy your dinner. I've heard of the banana peel thing. You know what I really want to do? Like, one of my gardening goals this year is to make a really easy to manage compost area. Like, I had a compost pile, but then I would just I wouldn't call it easy to manage, let's just say. But I know you can make them out of like wood pallets and stuff, and I would like to do that. We're really getting our hands dirty today. I'm just like, this is good soil, so I'm going to throw this root away, but I do want to get all of that nice, dark, rich soil out of there so that I can grow some stuff I want with it. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 black crims, one of those. I need to move faster than this. I'm tempted to put something else here, like some herbs. I do have some basil that I started, and we're just going to do that. I'm going to put a little bit of that in there, and then, let's see. Yeah. This is really nice. Ah! Sorry. Bug with legs. It was like a millipede, and those are, without a doubt, my least favorite bugs to find. No, they're not my least favorite, but they're up there with my least favorite. Okay, hold on. I don't really know or remember what's what in here. It was all nice and organized, but then like the day before, I let the cat get to it, and she just mangled stuff. I believe this is like a little purple basil thingy. Maybe it'll grow, maybe it won't. Who knows? We'll give it a shot. Some of this stuff, it might be cilantro. I put random things in here and then didn't label it, just because I'm like that. Yeah. So we're just gonna put these little mini soil blocks in here, and we're gonna see what they do. Maybe they're cilantro. I got this like confetti cilantro, which looks super cute. Because why not? And that's what we'll do in these little holes here that we're not using for the... We're gonna put these little guys in there. Boop. And just see what happens. What? Who knows? Ja? Ja? Das ist gut. Okay. Whoop. Let's try not to murder them while we're trying to give them a better, richer life. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3. Now we need to move up. Oh no, we can go over here and do these mater plants. Yeah, we have one. We're going to put one of those in right here. One of the cherry snacking tomatoes is going to go. Look at all this progress. It's so exciting. The next thing I really need to do, though, is get those shishitos in the ground. I resisted the urge to plant like 17 million hot peppers that I was never going to eat. And I just started green bell pepper seeds and shishitos, which will never get old. Okay, because I'm not that bright, I decided to put the little plants on the outside, which, oh boy, it's shovel time. We missed one. Where is it? Okay, there is a very big weed right there. And we're going to take that one out. Then one. Nice. And then this one here is also quite large. Good news is I'm seeing lots of worms in the soil, which is excellent. Means it's healthy. Good God. I did not hear the satisfying crunch that I wanted to hear. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I moved a lot of dirt, but the weed is, oh, there we are. Got it. Okay. I know I'm touching like 10 million millipedes and stuff, but if I can't see them, then they're not there, right? Right. Oh, my bucket of kelp whateverness. Okay, next. Well, the good news is, since I used the shovel, we have a really, really deep hole to plant this in. And we're going to just keep digging and digging and digging. Okay. Put a handful of this in. And Bob's your uncle. I don't really know where that phrase comes from. Does anybody else? Gardening is incredibly therapeutic for me. That's kind of, I love it so much. I did read that there are like chemicals released in the soil that like, you know, actually, relax your brain recently. But I enjoy gardening so much. I got into it actually after my knee injury when I couldn't. I was used to getting like 5 hours of vigorous exercise every morning, and that really did good things for my brain. And then I couldn't do that anymore, and it was really tough. Because as you know, like regular exercise is really good for, you know, the endorphins and that you get from it. It's a nice antidepressant. So when I couldn't do that, I was, you know, it was rough. So I became really into gardening. And I think I just wanted to grow things. And then shortly after I became obsessed with growing plants, I grew Ophelia. Yeah. But anyways, I find it very therapeutic. I mean, like, squishing my fingers right now, like, breaking up delicious wet mud. I mean, it's a sensory thing. Like, there's a reason little kids love slime. Adults do too. Okay. There. We have a lot planted. We've done very well for ourselves here. We have a bit more to go, but we're moving right along. Ow. What was that? That was something hard. That didn't feel good. Anyways, okay. Next, we need to do another one of those crims. We're going to do it up here. I have fabric kind of all the way up. If this was filled with, like, you do have an Uncle Bob. Maybe he knows. Do you think? Olive Garden. I haven't been there in a long time. They have good bread, though, if I remember correctly. Okay. Next up, this one. These tomato plants should be really good because they are being planted where I had peppers last year, and they're kind of in the same family, so that's not totally recommended for, like, reasons of soil depletion, but I think it'll be fine. But they're gonna have a lot of light. Oh man, there are so many worms in this hole that I may have just sliced right through. Okay. Fortunately, this little guy here is not very tall. So to get him in to 2/3 of his body shouldn't be that hard. Some of his neighbors over there are very tall. And they... Okay, I need to go get my fungus powder. Whatever that is supposed to do. Like I said, it's supposed to make roots grow or something. I don't know. Get this stuff. Should sprinkle some of that kelp, whatever, in here. See, the thing about this fabric, which I'm not sure, is like how, say I wanted to, like, do top dressing, and, like, sprinkle some bat poop on here, or chicken, whatever. Like, how am I going to do that with the fabric on the top? I don't know. Whoop. Let's not kill the plant we're planting, Mac. Such a nerd. Okay. Ooh, that's really nice dark soil. Alright. I think we're good. Put some of that in there. Okay. We are chucking right along. I think we have 5 plants left in the tomato category, and then I'm going to call it quits, potentially. I do want to get the peppers in, but I don't know. You're deciding on your dinner? Cheese grater arthritis. That's funny. I'm pretty sure I did that the last time I was at Olive Garden as well. So, no judgment. Alright, here is a whole There should be one right here. Ah! Sun's dying. It's not dying, actually. It's just falling over. A different kind of dying. Alright. Well, there's that. So the hole should be right here. Okay. I'm so sunburned. Okay. Ooh. I'm about to pull all of these out, but I guarantee you there's one of those freaking nettles lurking in this. I can't see it, but it's gonna be in there. Just because I'm not wearing gloves. Waiting for me just to make me pain. Should I get a real shovel for this? Like no more weed. Mostly. Maybe you're out? Or no more weeds in my garden? One of those is a tragedy, and the other one is not. Ah! Bug! Mostly in my garden, yeah. Yeah, my garden is weedless now. Let's see. Alright. Look at that, man. I could be a professional hole digger. I think that's called a miner. Is it not? Okay. I don't think miners use their hands. Really slow miners. That's what I would be. Okay. Let's try this. Oh boy. I just destroyed the roots of this cherry tomato plant. But you know what? I think it's resilient and I think it'll come back. Especially since I'm going to sprinkle some of my magic root powder on it, which is where? Right behind me. Let's put a lot in there. Okay. Okay. Well, that's not quite 2/3 buried, but it's deep enough. It's not my fault that I let the plant get... Well, it is my fault, sorry. It's my fault for letting the plant get too big before repotting it. Oh well. It'll be fine. Okay. The Easter bucket? Yeah, Ophelia was like, "That's my bucket!" She can be very possessive. Her pillow, her bucket, her cup. It's really easy to mess with her though. You go, "Oh wait, no, it's mine." Okay. So, oh my gosh, so many tomato plants planted. I'm feeling so accomplished. Let's just get that last cherry one in and then those other things and we're good to go. 4 cherry tomato plants and like 7 or 8 black crims, which should be pretty good. Yep. I think, where's the next hole? Uh-oh, it may be shovel time again. Nope, not shovel time. I can do it without it. There are so many worms in here. Very good news. Uh-oh. I'm hitting a major rock. Could be a rock. Could be more concrete. A lot of that in this garden. Ugh. This place has a long and storied history, so who the hell knows what I'm going to find in here. Bones, whatever. Actually, so that race that I was talking about earlier, the one called Foxhall Keene, it's named after a man named Foxhall Keene, and this farm used to be his. The farms were a lot bigger then. What was his farm in the 40s, which is when he lived, or was in his prime, I believe. I think it was the 40s. That one farm is now like 3 or 4 farms, but he was actually a cool dude. So he went to the Olympics for golf, I believe, in addition to being like a race car driver. Basically, he was sort of a aristocratic guy who just got to spend his whole life being a sportsman. Seems like a fun way to spend your life. And he was, he rode horses and drove cars and also was a golfer. Maybe he was a tennis. He did a lot. Very sporty man. Okay, so this is a rock, but it's not too huge because I have managed to find the edge of it. And I'm moving it a little bit. But it's big. Naturally, when I find a rock, I have to get it out, because why would I leave it alone? Okay, there it is. Oh boy, that might be, it's more concrete. Oh my god. Yeah, it's moving, but it's time for a shovel. Dude, I will say though, this garden looks hella better than it did like 72 hours ago. And there it is. Yep. Not a rock. A piece of cement. Like I said, you find a lot in here. Like that huge piece of cement attached to rebar that I cannot for the life of me dig out without like a tractor, which I am not licensed to operate. I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out. Jeez, I am like mangling these roots here. I'm sorry, plant. Oh my god. So this tomato has grown roots all the way under. Oh my god. This is just horrific. Yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't let your plants get too big. And if you're doing soil blocks, you make sure that there's space between the blocks, so that the whole point, that air pruning, actually happens, rather than them just growing into other blocks and all the roots tangling together and clusterfuck. Oh boy, here's more rock. Lovely. Okay, now that all of that is out of the way, let's put some of this stuff in. Maybe some more, since it's a particularly large hole. So this stuff. Yeah, I like the Galaxy Watches because you can have it have its own phone number. So if you don't want to even keep your phone with you, like leave your phone at home and just wear your watch, you can. Which, in my opinion, is awesome. Like, the whole point for me of having a phone watch would be so that I could call somebody while I'm riding. And if I could bring my phone with me, I may as well just use my phone, right? So I like the idea of having a phone on me, but it's only on my wrist. And being able to leave my phone somewhere where I won't drop it or lose it. But that's just me. Alright, somehow we don't have as much dirt as we took out. Oh yeah, because we took out a massive piece of cement. That's why we're short. Some fill. Whoa. Okay. I'm tired. Are you guys tired watching this? Because it's a lot of... But these tomatoes are going to taste so good. They are really, really, really good. This plant was really huge, so hopefully it's buried deep enough. But we'll have to stake it really well. I plan on, every year I promise that my trellising is going to get better, and every year it kind of falls short. Oh, you know what else we have to do? Is give Taco his antibiotics. Oh, the horses are coming over to check it out. Maybe if they're over here, I can just go give it to him field side instead of... I'm going to take a break from all the planning. Okay. Look at that. You want to see what we did? How do I keep the critters from munching on them? I don't always. There is a fence around this garden, so that would help. Look it. So we did tomato plant, tomato plant, tomato plant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the ground, and 3 more to go, and the rest of those are pepper plants. But I'm beat. So all right. What time is it? Is it? Yeah. I think we could give Taco his meds now. And I just leave everything out. No, I'll pick it up at some point. Okay. Let's go do the horse medicine and then sit down. Dirty. Yeah, we can just, that's fine. 2 hours of gardening. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Where are the car keys? You know what? They're probably not in the car. Okay. Go soak in the tub? Nah. I'm gonna go give Taco his medicine. Don't what that long? Don't seem that long on your end? Well, that's good. Okay. Let me see if the keys are in here. Yes, they are. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is probably some sanding. Maybe. Or sitting. Not standing. Sanding. While standing. Well, it's not actually that long, Goop. It's 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 55 seconds. Hey, boys. Okay, so the horses are kind of like closer to this side. What I'm going to do is bring some carrots and a lead rope and Taco's medicine in a little shooter thing and try to do it that way. Also, seat up because I am not a tall person. I'm gonna reach the pedals. Okay. Alright. You enjoyed sanding in shop class? Today Taco's fine. I guess, the thing's still not healing how it should be healing, so we may have to, basically re-injure it, which is gonna suck. I don't know. I'm getting, kind of my limit of, is this, even worth doing? It's hard to be, think that way. But Walmart was a zoo. Yeah, Walmart is always a zoo. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, Walmart's a zoo. I have to order. I'm going to do an online order of Walmart stuff because I don't have to go in. Because I don't like going in. I like Target, but I don't like being in Walmart very much. Okay. We have to go get his 14 antibiotics, mix them with a small amount of water, put them in an empty wormer syringe, catch him in the field, which is difficult, but I can't blame him, and give it to him that way, rather than mixing it with food. My back hurts, but my knee feels better, so got that going for me. Okay. Holy cow, what? You had 2 chickens? You ate 2 whole chickens? Alright, here we are. Putting you down right there. I've been letting Ophelia work on her counting with these medicine. 2 whole chickens. Like rotisseries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. I love me some rotisserie chicken with mayonnaise. Alright, so we have one of these. And then I think I need to get the oh, there it is. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna do it this way. So I'll put the pills in the syringe. I just can't wait for this horse to be not injured. if it's, I mean, I'm starting to, is it ever going to happen? You know, I was actually feeling really down in the dumps about it because I've waited so long. So long. Stupidly long, honestly. Most people would be like, you're nuts. Okay. We have this. There. I do it that way I know it'll fit because I'm like pretty much always putting too much water in so that it doesn't fit. And then you have to do it twice. But if you put the water in second, you can't overfill it. Imagine that. Okay, so we dump the water in like this. This is just an extra syringe from like, I think this one in particular was from Banamine paste. Yeah, Banamine, which is a very powerful painkiller. I think I maybe mentioned this before, but Banamine is what you give a horse if they're starting to colic. It can save their life and prevent them from needing surgery because they're one of the reasons that colic kills horses is because their tummy hurts, they roll around, and they twist up their guts, basically. And so colic surgery usually involves removing whole sections of intestine. And colic is the #1 killer of horses. It's basically a stomach ache. But they're thrashing about that they do because of said stomach ache causes really big problems. Which is why Banamine, painkiller, is life-saving drug to have around in the barn. Okay. I have this. We have to let it like marinate in there. A lot of people use hot water, but like I think that hot water might alter the drug a little bit, right? Heat, chemistry. So, cold water is just as well. Well, there's my charger. This, I have forgotten this like every day for the past week. I've been using my computer charger to charge everything. Hey, Mike Wife. I am good. How are you doing? Have I always been a country girl? No, I have not. Well, I've always been a horse person. But no, I was not really a country girl. Like, I lived in the city. I like cities. I could just easily live in Manhattan and be perfectly happy, I think. As long as I had fun things to do there. But I'm kind of, like, happy living at lots of places. I guess I'm sort of adaptable. I like living in the country. But I like people, like city people. I think I like, maybe sometimes prefer country people sometimes can be a bit too country for me, but I live in the country because I like things other than people. Like, you know, people are not the reason I live in the country. I live in the country to be around more grass and plants and animals than there are people, versus in the city, you know, grass, plants, animals are few and far between, and you're surrounded by artistic, interesting people, which I like too. Maybe like a mix of 50-50 would be ideal. But, you know, okay. So, hopefully, this is gonna work. You relaxing? Hey, Denzel, how old's your son? I mean, you're Mike's wife, right? Okay. I guess I'm a city person in the country, if that makes any sense, who is adaptable. Okay, look how dirty my hands are. Why don't we wash these? don't know. The problem is I have so much pressure on this that I think if I try to wash my hands, it's gonna shoot out everywhere. So I think I need to keep it like plugged up with my thumb. He's 11. Good age. Do you have more than one kid? Or is he an only child? Alright. Thanks, Erge. Thanks. The vans are because my rainbows yesterday, they broke. My very first pair of rainbows to ever break broke. So there they are. And the vans, right before I started the stream, I stepped in dog shit. But I've walked far enough that it's no longer there. This is a new... The phone's going to tip over in a second. Let me see if I can... Oh, no, I can't. Do I have carrots? Do I have everything I need? I think that's going to fall over. We'll find out, won't we? Yeah, it's going to fall over. If I can eat an ice cream cone and a burrito while driving a stick in traffic, I'm pretty sure I can manage this. Yeah. Oh no! Oh Jesus. Hold on. Oh, I had a really great idea for like the did I tell you that for the Be Right Back scene from my phone? And just put the phone in front of a piece of paper that says Be Right Back. Alright, you're gonna have to look at the ceiling for a minute because I needed to turn around. Yeah. Okay. Well, this gets like points for being my longest stream ever. Hold on, we have to do that. Fix this. What? Right? Isn't this my longest one? I know it's 2 parts, but it still counts. Alright, let's do this. An opening theme for 7th Heaven. Oh boy, the gimbal could not handle hitting the ceiling. Ah! Now you're looking at my crotch. Alright. I give up. I'm gonna have to put this in handheld mode. Fit check. I'm feeling fit, I tell you that much. Jeez. After all of that. Okay, the horses are exactly in the middle of the field. So there's really no place that's easier. Well, I guess they're a little bit closer to the garden than they are to this side. I feel like I've really earned my bread today. Okay. We're gonna fix this gimbal. It's kind of hard seeing as I have one hand. I'll have one hand for carrots too. You're dizzy? Good. Sorry. Hold on. Why don't I just put that there? Just like that. Put this here. I have to be able to hold this. That's the problem. I could just stop streaming, but I'm gonna finish when we're done with this. Sorry that you're dizzy. Happens on trap. I could wait a little bit later and do this, honestly. Maybe I should do that because I gave it to him kind of late this morning. I wish this would not fall out when my thumb is no longer there, but... Oh, there we are. Okay. Nope. Alright. that's going to be easier to hold. And I'm going to put this on here. Just bear with me for a minute. You'll get dizzy. But I have to fix this. All right. It's one of my best dreams. Thanks. Okay. Now. What? We're back in action. We have carrots, we have a lead rope, we have the medicine, and most of our sanity. So we're good to go. Boys! Come here! He's just gonna run away from me. Well, there'll be another Sims one. Don't be bummed. Honestly, all I did was like make a bunch of money and make money. I stole it. I cheat coded it. And then I got a horse, a baby. And then I got distracted. And then I whined about taco. But the gimbal's schwitzing. Your kid loves horses and chickens. They are good animals. He has good taste. You know what the problem is here? The problem is that I know the gimbal is complaining that I have the thingy on wrong.